and um, I'm excited. I'm excited for this month. It's a new month, right? We've got a new month happening. We've got a new week happening, and we had a lot of stuff take place last month. We had so many women winning on our team, so many of you pushing past any uncomfortability just to really push yourself and grow yourself and lean into that. And I just want to celebrate each and every one of you. I don't care if you got the go or not. Majority of the people on here got something on that, right? And that's an accomplishment in itself. And so we've got a lot of people that are wanting what we have right now. And that is exciting to me. I love being able to talk about our products because they make me excited. Obviously, I'm super pregnant. If you saw my stories today, I literally was talking about how they can get extra products. I was like, you can try Cafe, you can try Thrive, and it was an Activate. I'm like, why did I say Thrive? But I just wanted to share this. Like, I don't know why. I just had this moment today because I have so many of our plus line products on hand right now. And I thought, you know what? What a great idea to send out to new promoters. I've never thought of doing this before, and I'm not sure why. But recently I've been trying to send out to just my new customers if they see a product they like, like how when they go to check out, they can kind of pick or choose a product or maybe two products depending on what they get. And sometimes they're like, oh, well, I went with this, but I really want to try that next time. And so if I have it on hand, I was like, you know what? I'm going to mail this out. I did those free accounts last week for Activate samples. I got a lot of interest with that. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to send out some stuff to my customers because I want them to be able to try everything that we have on our hand. We have so many amazing products that we all use. We all love certain different things. And so, I decided that with a promoter pack, whoever orders this week, I'm doing my own personal reimbursement on each pack, a different amount for each pack. So I'm doing that. But on top of that, I'm doing a variety goodie bag I decided to do. So not only are they going to get started with our 3-step system, depending on what pack they get, they're either going to get a free product with that, but then they get some samples. But I'm going to send them a whole bunch of the other products that we have. A lot of times people start with just the standard DFT. So if you have a black label or a burn or something else that you can give them so that they can experience that, I feel like that not only is beneficial to them as a promoter, but it's beneficial to their potentials, right? So that they have more to share, right? Credibility. So that is something I am doing right now. And if you guys have stuff on hand that you can, share out, make a little goodie bag and let's send it out to our newer promoters that way they can try different products and they don't have to wait to earn product credits next month in order to try something new. I remember there's just so many different things that I wanted to try when I first started. So I decided oh, I'm just going to order all this stuff. But if I could have tried it beforehand, it would have been nice. So just thinking of different ways, things that I've never tried before, things that I've never done before, being creative with it and trying my hardest to help people get started. I know that people our promoter packs don't ever go on sale. So anytime I can help out with that, I'm going to. And I feel like this month there are a lot of people that are looking for that. They want to be a part of it. They want to try. Maybe they start as a sample customer to you, just doing the sample, trying it out. Or maybe they go all in. But make sure, let me see what this chat is saying. Make sure that you're offering something for everyone, right? Make sure that there's all kinds of different things. Pure, I have coming in the mail. Activate, skincare samples. Yes, those are great, Justine. Of recharge. Yes. So we have so many different products. Let's make sure we're utilizing all those. I feel like that is really, really, really good. What is Brielle laughing at? I need to know. I'm like, what am I missing here? Is it Jess or Ashley? It's Ashley, isn't it? Oh, it's you. I forgot you were in there. I'm like, what is so funny? I'm missing this. And it's like, not in the chat. It was really bad gluten allergy, so I made her a mini experience of plus sign. Yeah, so that's funny that you say that, because I actually just sold a sample pack, but to someone who cannot have folic acid. So I'm just going to get all the products I have on hand that don't have any of that folic acid in it and send that over. So kind of customizing. I love doing that, customizing, making sure like when I do a sample pack, I'm not just sending our basics out. I'm sending a black label with it. I'm sending rest. I'm sending other things, because you never know what's going to appeal to somebody. Activate is huge. I really don't think we give that enough credit. So I have a ton of Activate on hand. I have a ton of our different, I just stocked up on so much candy cane shakes, guys. The pregnancy craving was real. Like, I think I have 4 boxes. I love my candy cane shakes in the dead of summer. I don't care. Like, I love them. So I definitely have a lot of those. Okay, so that being said, please, please, please start utilizing our team page. We've got a lot of things in there. Yes, I just ordered strawberry too. I have all the shakes, any shakes. I love all of them. Brielle just did a Zoom training yesterday. It was so good. Especially if you're having trouble with keeping up with time management, or like learning how to do, maybe you're newer and you're not really sure how to do IPAs, income producing activities. That Zoom was really, really good. And I highly recommend that you watch it and then you take notes and then you apply what you took notes on. Start small. We talk about this all the time. Don't go like, oh, if I don't do it all perfect this week, then I'm just going to fail. No, start small, do a little something each day. You're going to find progress, and that's going to help give you confidence every morning to keep going and keep doing what you need to do. So use that. Today I went live in there. If you did not see that, go in and watch that. It's about conversations. Guys, don't just watch this for your own knowledge. I mean, don't just tag your people in the videos. Like even the VIP videos, I really recommend that you watch them. That way you know what your people are watching. Like it's pointless if they watch something and they come back to you and say, hey, yeah, what she said in the video, and you have no idea. So do yourself a favor. Get familiar with the videos. That way you know exactly what your team is looking at, your people that are coming in, the promoters, and you know how to have a conversation with them afterwards. Because in those VIP videos, I made that very evident that you as their upline is who they are to connect with, and that is who is supposed to guide them. Okay, so hopefully if you have not watched them, and I know everybody here watches VIP trainings as soon as you start, but like these are new. This is a little different, and I want you guys to know exactly what your newest promoters are seeing when they walk into our page. Make sure that you're reminding them that we have Zooms every Monday night. We randomly will have work with me's. Those are random because, hey, we're moms, we're busy. We never know when we're really going to have that kind of time in the morning. Just keeping it real. So those are like optional. They're not mandatory, or none of this stuff is mandatory. But if you can be on something, make sure you're here on Monday nights. This is when we're going to take time to pour in, to train, to lead, to grow, develop, all of that. And last but not least, I just want to remind everybody the whole purpose of Post Love in our chats. It's designed, honestly, it's designed for newbies, new people coming in, right? Post love is where we can kind of come together and show love, show comments, show support on each other's posts. But it's a reciprocated, I can't say the word. It's something that you do in return. So don't just ask for it if you are not going to return it. There's nothing wrong with sharing your post in there. There's nothing wrong with, asking or saying post love. I say keep it to a minimum. If you have one good post, not one good post, but either a business related post or a product related post once a day. We don't want to be flooding everybody's time and taking away from everybody. But if you have a really good post, I cannot handle Brielle right now. I feel offended. I'm like, what is she laughing at? You're in trouble with your white teeth.
Kristen's just over there with her popsicle. Just
who, Kristen?
Oh my God, we said the same thing. I was like, is Kristen eating a popsicle out here?
Yes, Danielle, salsa time right now. Salsa.
Oh,
get it together, girls.
I'm so sorry. You're doing so good. I'm so sorry.
That being said, make sure that, if you're going to ask for it, that you are also, putting it out there as much as possible. Returning it is what I'm trying to say, guys, the pregnancy brain. And that way we're helping one another. It's not, hey, just take your time out to do this. It's, where is Kristen? She's gone. It's helping one another, right? I'm so distracted right now. I cannot even help. I can't even, what is happening? Okay, that being said, I think that's enough. I kind of wanted to do like announcements right now. I don't know why. And Jess, if you feel like there's something else we need to list, Jess and I will be traveling this weekend. And we are traveling, or Jess is not traveling, she lives there, but we are traveling, I am traveling to go to our sister's wedding. Our sister is getting married, and so this weekend we won't be around. Hey, make sure everybody mute themselves. But we have leaders in place for that, and so if you need help or if you need anything like that, just reach out. We have the chats, we have the team page. And then the other thing I was going to mention is Mandy will be heading up our Wednesday night opportunity live. She sent the event out into, oh, is she? That's so crazy. She sent the event out last night. Make sure you click going. Last week was freaking fabulous. It was amazing how many people were on, how many people were involved and interacting and boosting it and inviting. That's what needs to happen every week. So let's not let off that. Let's not back down. Let's not do anything that we didn't do last week. Let's put the emphasis there, because I know for a fact so many of you, after that live had happened, you had so many people that were talking to you, that were asking you questions, that were interested, that they wanted to have a conversation. So put the emphasis on that. That is like Jessica said, that's our third party credibility time. Mandy just got her caddy, so she has a story, and I'm so excited for her to be able to even just share that in real time is awesome. So make sure you're inviting people, putting them in that event page, sharing it out, putting it on your stories, asking people if they are interested in the business or want to hear more about the products. Invite. So let's start doing that from tonight until Wednesday, and make sure we push that. And then I think that is all for right now. So I'm going to bring on, Daphne and Brittani. These ladies are amazing. They are fairly new to our tribe, but they have caught this momentum. And I really thought it was a great time to bring them on and kind of just allow them to share bits and pieces of what they have either done or what they've seen that has helped. They both just hit 4K last month, the very end of the month. It was it was kind of annoying that our cloud office was so slow because it was like taking forever, but they did hit it, and they're sisters, and they're just, this is, I don't know, it's like boom, it's like they are on fire. And I'm excited for them to just kind of share with us tonight, taking us from when they started to where they are now, what has worked for them, what they've grown in, what they really have, just seen change for them. So I'm going to let you guys just take it away, and you just start sharing your story, okay? Can you unmute them?
Hi guys, how are you? Okay, so this chat is having us crack up too. Oh, welcome back, Brielle and Kristen. So I'll just start. Daphne is actually who got me into this, and I am a one-day thriver. I didn't know about the normal patch, and so I slapped the black label on my first day, and I was riding high. So what? Seriously. I was like skipping down the street on my walk, and I was like, what is this energy? Text my sister, and I was like, something weird is happening. And she was like, that's the Thrive. And I was like, oh, well, I need some more. So that's basically how I started. And then from there, I just kind of was like, well, I love this product. I researched all the ingredients. And then I found out that, it was all natural, how it worked. I looked up the company, all that kind of stuff. And so I just kind of took the leap of faith. And personally, I had a bigger vision, right? Like I live with my mom, so everyone could always use a little bit of extra money, but my biggest thing for jumping into this was this product was helping my mood. And that was something I was struggling with for, months prior to this. And something that actually helped me with that was worth it to me. So I took the leap of faith. I signed up with a small promoter pack because I was scared. And I just jumped in really after that. I just started watching videos. I followed Shay, Brielle. I just found everybody I could who was part of Thrive to follow them and just kind of piece together my own information, piece together my own story, piece together just how I could communicate how this product was helping me. I think the biggest thing that I have been able to kind of tell myself and why I feel the fire in my veins is because, like I said, this is about a vision for me. This isn't, some girl, Shay, you talked about this on your live earlier, but this isn't about some girl coming into my inbox and making a sale. This is about some girl coming into my inbox and actually being able to help them with their mood, being able to help them with, their energy, with their motivation, being able to get in that workout because they do have that energy and that motivation. And I think the biggest thing for me is just being patient with myself. I'm the person where I want to get in and I want to do everything and I want to be the expert, but there's a learning curve, right? Like there's a learning curve with each and every new job, each and every new position that you take on, regardless if it's, with an MLM or a 9-to-5 position. There's a learning curve, and it takes you some time to kind of get settled. It takes you some time to just kind of get your landing. Like, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to run this? What works with my schedule? What doesn't? And I've just found, like some things that work for Daphne don't work for me in my audience, right? Like a lot of my lives, I've learned that I get more attraction if I do later at night. And a lot of my stories, I get more attraction if I do polls versus just blank question boxes. So those are kind of some of the learning curves that you just kind of have to be aware of, I guess. And my biggest thing is I'm not scared to just try new things. I'm not scared to just pop stuff on my story and see if it takes. And then if it doesn't, okay, I know it didn't take. And I shift my mindset into kind of some other outlet. Like, okay, how do I make this better? Or how do I, how do I reach the people that I'm trying to reach?
And she's my she's my first promoter. But it's funny because we've become like a tag team.
And it's super helpful that we are only 6 years apart, but we're in split generations. So I'm in the mom having kids generation, and she's in the young 20s having fun generation. And what's really cool is that her lives work better at night. But I can text her and be like, I don't know how to work this app. Help me out. What am I doing here? You know? And so we've really fed off each other, and we have gained so much traction together with like the stuff I know she can feed off of, you know. And so it's been a really big, we meet at least once a week. I know shelter in place, but you know, she does watch my kids. So we meet at least once a week and we chat, and it's become like a business thing where like if she has a new product, she'll share with me. If I have a new product, I share with her. And we really have gone back and forth, and that's been helpful because I really feel like the two of us as a team have kind of lit each other's fire. Like we are behind each other, like definitely. Even today, I was really struggling with my fives, and I told Shay this week, like, I know who I am in my roles, but I don't know who I am as me anymore. And I'm sure that every mom on here can nod your head emphatically yes, that somewhere along the way I became mom, wife, nurse, Joe, you know, like my actual jobs, my roles, and not who am I. And so Brittany actually just therapeutically texts me, tell me what you like, what do you do at this time? And so she actually like helped me develop my fives list, but it really helps just to sew into each other. And so it's actually supposed to be the other way, right? Like I'm supposed to be sewing into micromotor, but we do it, it's a little bit of back and forth, and it's been extremely helpful that she can show me these apps that I am not old, but feel insanely old with the technology. And so she can help me with that stuff. And then the thing that really was helpful for me that changed my business dramatically was just last weekend when we did the GOAT conference, I work a full-time job. And I've told Shay, like, I have a conflict of interest thing at work. So I can't do stuff while I'm actually like on their clock. So I feel like really mindful, like when I post how I do stuff. And I love that. I don't remember who said it. I'm not going to lie. Somebody, I think Paul said, like, you wouldn't shut your restaurant down for a day. And that's when it like really clicked for me. Like, yeah, I couldn't shut the doors and be like, hey, I'm at home. Like my business wouldn't survive. Same here. So now we've done a lot of pre-work schedules. So which is a lot of the videos too, right? Like a lot of the VIPs that you're talking about, the pre-work post before. She'll send me her post. What do you think? Do you see any typos? You know, so it's nice to have like that back and forth. And she'll just kind of keep me like, you know, this is a business. Maybe don't give away the whole planet. You know, like I want to do a giveaway. She's like, one giveaway, lady. Like, stop trying to like, give it all away. So that's been super helpful. And I think ultimately that is the greatest part about this for us, is that we have the tribe, but we also have each other to like bounce back and forth on the stuff. And I think that's what has made, definitely in this last week, I see my business just boom. Like one day I went live twice, and her lives sometimes, yours are different at night, and then mine are, I get so much more traction in the morning. So it just depends. This sun, y'all, dodge it. I cannot dodge it. Okay, so, but those are the things that we've learned together. And it's been so much fun doing it together. And I think that's what makes this company and even this tribe different, is that we have our tribe. And that's been amazing.
That sounds so good. You guys are making me like smile because I'm just like so proud. I wanted you guys to talk about something that I think is a big deal. Not hitting your VIPs, but pushing past that. Like, I think a lot of times people come in here with this expectation that if they don't hit that, then this is not a success, right? This is a fail. And too often people just quit right then and there, and neither one of you did that, and yet you pushed past that and you kept going. And I just want you to kind of talk about like what that mind shift was for you, what kind of was like a light bulb moment for you to be like, you know what, that doesn't define me, I'm going to keep pushing. Maybe just sharing more about that whole process of like coming in, maybe getting close. I mean, you guys were both so close to hitting that, but instead of pushing, like falling back, you push forward. And so just kind of speak on that.
So for me, I was pushing. I'm not gonna lie. It it was a little defeating, but you know what? I remember texting Daphne and I just said, this is God's plan. My life is not my own. I learned that a few years ago when I lost my dad, and this is all God's plan. I wouldn't be here physically and just here with this tribe if I didn't have my faith. Like, I've been approached with different MLMs before. Nothing resonated with me the way that Thrive does. And so it was more just about the product. It was more about the vision. Like, yes, that bonus would have been fantastic, but it all happens in God's plan. And I think that's where like the patience and the consistency comes from. I put it in my mind, like, I'm not going to see anything from this for the first 6 months. I told myself, you need to be patient. You need to be patient. So I didn't think I was going to see anything from this for the first 6 months. And that's how I was running it. Like, you're going to run this as a business. You're not going to see any return for the first 6 months. And that's what kind of kept me like pushing. Like, you just have to show up. You just have to show up. And, you know, some days are going to be better than others, and some days you're going to kill it. But that's where the patience and the grace for yourself comes in. Like, as long as you know that you're showing up, and as long as you know the bigger vision, you can push through anything.
It was defeating. I remember feeling really defeated, and I really wanted to hit it. And I kept like, what am I doing wrong? And you start doing this whole self-doubt train. And I am a super type A person. I want to hit every achievement, right? If you put a thing in front of me, I'm going for it. And if I don't meet it, then I'm like super questioning myself. But the one thing I've been focusing on, the one thing that personally I'm not always the world's greatest at, is follow-up. So that's been like a huge thing for me, personal life and here and in my job too. Like, follow-up for me was huge. And so it was a moment of like, okay, so if you didn't hit the bonus, are you going to continue to follow up, or are you going to step away from this? And where can you learn to make more moves in the future? And so that was super helpful. And my husband also made me commit to a year. So having that commitment was great, because it kind of pushed me past those moments of like defeat. But then also there's so much that we have in this tribe that you hear that you didn't make the VIP, but yet you still are 40K, or, you know, like, there's so many people that the VIP is not the end all be all. And so that was really helpful to keep going. And it, like Brittani said, what's your purpose? Like, why are you here? What are you doing this for? And so that was super, super helpful. And for me, it really was the commitment and for working on my follow-up. Like, as a personal goal, this was the time for me to shine and hit the follow-up and not the achievement like I always do, if that makes sense. So we came from two different spots on that, but I think we worked it out together pretty well.
I sometimes have to, I remember Daphne texted me and she was like, I'm not going to make it. And I said, that's okay. It's not your plan. It's God's plan. Like, people will come when they are ready to come. You're here to help. You're here to encourage. You're here to impact. You're not here to sell a product. You're here to help other people's lives with a product that you're selling, but you're also here to support and impact.
One of the things that I thought was so powerful, I remember Daphne was just like, honestly, you brought like a fresh wind into my business. Because I remember you signing that customer, was that couples pack. It was like a huge order and it didn't get enrolled with the auto ship. And instead of you being like so upset about it, you're like, that's okay, she's gonna feel amazing. And I was like, what? You're not freaking out? You're not chewing me out? Like, I was shocked. I was surprised with how like excited you were for someone else being able to experience this. And that's when I knew, I'm like, oh, this girl, like, she gets it. Like, the vision is there. The bigger picture mentality is there. And, when it came to like hitting your VIPs and stuff like that, it was like, obviously, yes, it sucks. It can be painful because you get close and you're just like, what? But that's when I was like, it's not going to make or break your business. And I remember you on that Tuesday were so happy you had a check and then you got product credits and you were just like so happy about it and overjoyed. And it made me just feel, I don't know, I felt like I want to feel that happy. Like I want to remember that. Like it brought it back to me that sometimes, like Brittany was just saying, some people don't see any kind of reward within 6 months. Like, and here she was, maybe she didn't hit her VIPs, but she still was like, oh my gosh, I got product credits. And like, oh my goodness, I just got a check. Like there's a check. There's commissions here, you know? And I remember being like, yes, like that's something that we offer. And the bonus, the VIP thing is, it's awesome. It's an incentive. But the fact that people can come in here and thrive for free, or you know, by helping other people, like, are you kidding me? The referral program that's set up for us is like, it's so rewarding. And that's something that I've always talked about, is the reward that you feel knowing that like you get that pat on your back, that you're seen, that you're valued. And you don't have to be at the top of the company to feel that. You can feel that from right away, even just through the products, right? So I remember that. And I remember being like, wow, that reminds me like what we've got here. We've got something really great. And a lot of times people don't see that kind of reward, and they don't get to experience that. And sometimes it takes 6 months, 8 months before they even see a paycheck. So remember to give yourself some grace, especially if you're new here, especially if you didn't hit your VIPs, especially if you don't hit certain ranks at certain times. That's not what we're here for. We're here to help change another person's life. I love that we are able to use this. This is our outlet. This is our opportunity, our lifeboat, our bridge, you know, connecting that. And like my post tonight, I said that like, I truly believe that what we're a part of is so much more than what we can like even think of right now. Like I came into this thinking if I could just get an extra $20 a week, right? Like if I could just get $20 extra a week, I will be successful. Like that's how I thought. But God was like, no, Shay, like let's expand here. I'm about to take you to a level you could never even think of, you know, and I'm about to bring all these other women in with you. And like, I think back and I'm like, I just remember conversations with Jess, you know, when I started, and thinking like, this is impossible. Like that's not going to happen. Like I can't even fathom hitting 4K. Like it's just not going to happen. And then here we are celebrating 80K. And I'm like, what is happening? Like I cannot wrap my mind around it still. But you've got to catch the vision. And I'm so proud of you both. I'm proud of all of you ladies. You ladies have really just kind of, I feel like, I don't know if anybody else feels this on our team, but I just feel like there's been a shift. That shift has happened. And I even said this on my stories, like Pastor Stephen Furtick, we listened to a lot, and he was talking about holding things too tight, and like, it's the grip, holding it, you know, too tight. You can't. And for me, my word this year has been release. And so learning that when I release, my hands are wide open for all that's to come, right? I'm open, I'm ready, I'm available, and it's been flowing in like crazy. You know, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I think last month I had the most enrollments I've ever had. And here I am pregnant, you know, going through so much personally speaking, but like that's when things show up. When you just are like, okay, I don't know how this can happen, but it's happening, right? I'm willing, I'm available, I'm here for it. I'm excited. You know, and I've caught that bigger vision. So guess what? That carries me through any hard time that I've ever gone through, because I know what it's like to have a conversation with a woman who's struggling. I know what it's like to be in the trenches and to be lonely and to feel isolated and to feel rejected and to feel depressed and to feel overwhelmed. I've been there. I understand that. And I even talked to a lady the other day. She's just a customer of mine, but she brought me to tears, because literally words that were coming out of her mouth were just like things that I had said, right before I started Thrive, right before I came into this. And it was like, whoa, it was almost like God just reminding me, like, Shay, remember, this is where you were before you started. This is why things happen. So I always try to go back, and I always ask God to remind me, keep me in remembrance, because I never want to let go of who I was before this came into my life. I never want to get so comfortable with where I'm at that I forget where I've come from, right? So I want to say congratulations to anybody. Jenna, she just hit VIPs. Lexi hit 4K. So many of you did hit your goat. Kiana, I don't know if she's on here, hit VIPs. We have so many people that were able to re-rank this last month that had the biggest numbers they've had. I mean, we have several girls that are halfway to 12K right now. Mandy got her car. Like, there's just so much to celebrate, guys. And I am so, so grateful to be a part of this. I hope you truly know that we are just a very blessed group of women. And so I want to thank Daphne and Brittani for coming on, for sharing with us, for just honestly bringing that fresh wind to our team. I feel like you guys came in right at the time we all needed a little oomph, right? We needed a little fire coming in, and I feel like that's really what has happened with these sisters. So I thank you guys so much for being a part of this tonight, and as always, I hope that you took something away from it and it helped you. And thank you guys all for being a part of this, okay? So I hope you guys have a good night. And we will see you all on the live on Wednesday night. Make sure to click going, invite. And also, don't forget, we're doing a sample contest. So anytime you sell a sample, please post it in our group page. We're going to pick someone at the end of the week, I think. I'm not sure. But all right. Thank you guys. Have a good night.